Today is May the 29th, Wednesday, and the bell just went off. Let's take a quick look. The Dow below average volume, NASDAQ a little bit higher but below, S&P about the same. But look at this, pretty much red everywhere. But what's green? Intel, Texas Instruments, I don't know. Financial sector, not good. Consumer goods, not good. Services, terrible. Decliners led advancers 65 to 30%. We had a flurry at 3:30 going into 3:45 where we looked like we were going to finish nicely, but what happened? We hit the top of the 5-minute cloud pretty much exactly with a candle, and we were met with sellers up there. And that has been the case when we've tried to break through the 5-minute cloud here yesterday. Notice that my days are colored differently. This is a feature in Motive Wave. So this is today all in silver. Yesterday is all in green. We tried to break the 5, couldn't. Back here, what with this May 22nd, tried to break the 5 here, couldn't, did, but then we were sucked back down. So the 5-minute, it's been a very tight trading market, and the computers are controlling everything. The people that are trading on 5-minute basis, they've got our attention all week now. So on a daily basis, flashed a couple of things on Twitter to show you that we did exceed the 200-day moving average today. I put up on Twitter that we had hit it. We dropped well below it, but we finished the day just above it. And at one point today, if you look at the bottom of this candle, the Ichimoku span did come down and it touched the 200 SMA perfectly, and found support. That could happen again tomorrow. The 50-day moving average, exponential moving average, is starting to move down. The simple moving average now was flat. Today it's just slightly down, so it's the start of a 50-day moving average turning down. The 200s are perfectly aligned, but we did hit this one. There's a good chance before this is over, we will hit this one, which is the Ichimoku span will hit the 200 simple moving average, which will put it into this gap, which means that it could come down and close this gap before we move up. So we might see something down in 27.42 if you look on the daily chart. The weekly chart is more important. And this is the one that we've been talking about ever since here, 4 weeks ago. We said that this flat cloud, number one, the convergence of the 200 SMA and the 200 EMA, that's 2 and 3, and the fact that the top of the candle support here was going to be the 50 EMA for the Ichimoku span. These were all things that could happen, and they all did happen today, with the exception of the Ichimoku span hitting the top of the candle, but that is to come tomorrow at 27.60. I believe we'll have another down day tomorrow. And we're going to have more down days than up days, probably well into the end of June. And today I started buying August 264 SPY puts, which would put me down here. And this is August the 26th. So I bought puts right in here, I think it was August the 19th, for $4.20. I only bought 3 of them because it was late in the day, but I will buy more tomorrow. And as we start moving into this valley with the flat cloud, I'm going to keep adding SPY puts here. I'm just fed up with the market, and I don't see any good news. And Nancy Pelosi saying that Donald Trump is willing to talk infrastructure means absolutely nothing. It's just a game of words now, and frankly, something needs to be done to help the market, and maybe talk about stimulus like infrastructure might help, but it certainly won't be talks from Japan that's going to help, and it certainly won't be anything out of Iran or North Korea that's going to help. So it's going to have to be something we do internally. That will just put us further into debt, and then we'll have to see what the bond market says about that. But now the bond market apparently is calling for 2 interventions by the Fed before the end of the year. And I just noticed that today. I don't know, I didn't notice that any other day this week. Just saw that in the headlines now. So you'd have to take a look at the bond curve and the yield inversion there, which I'll show you tomorrow. I've got an Excel spreadsheet that will allow us to plot that, but you can always find it on the internet. So anyways, Apple on the weekly. Let's see, Apple on the daily. Chiku span comes down and gets cloud support right here. Pretty important. Let's make sure that we watch that tomorrow. The Chiku span right there, stopping Apple on the daily from going any lower. And you remember the last time we got support was the Chiku span on the 200-day moving average. So let's move to Caterpillar. This stock is in trouble. Nothing to say about it except it's a good dividend stock right now. And that's all you can say. Gold, forget it. Whirlpool, you know, it's a dividend paying stock. Is it worth holding on to? I think it's a good company. The analysts are saying that it's not a sell, that it's a hold. And that's the tip ranks analysts that I'm, that are 4-star and 5-star are saying to hold on to it. So that's what I'm going to do. And meanwhile, it's paying some dividends. But we're having a bearish cross of the 50 SMA over the 200 SMA. That hasn't happened yet, but it's about to happen, and you've got this down cloud here. So there's no good news coming out of Whirlpool until we have news coming out of China. Intel had a strong push up towards the end of the day, but touched the top of the 8 moving average some point during the day and tipped back. Still not a stock that looks like anybody wants to buy. And here's the 50 doing a death cross over the 200. Not a pretty picture. T is a great dividend stock. It's 6.4% if you buy it now. And it came rated by 2 4.5-star analysts on TipRank as a buy today. It hit the bottom of the cloud, finished the day on a doji, but we did get very strong cloud support. The other one we wanted to talk about is Whirlpool, our potential play on the housing market, and there is no good news coming out of the housing market, in my opinion. I don't look at the house builders, Horton or Pulte or any of those others. I like to look at Whirlpool, and I did own that stock and made money with it. Once upon a time, back here, we said if it ever broke this important trend line, we would buy again. We didn't short it. We didn't, because I don't do a lot of shorting, but it certainly would have been a good one to short, but certainly never did it indicate that it was a good one to buy, except when it bounced off the 200. When it bounced off the 200, we said the place to sell was going to be up here at the cloud, and that proved to be a decent play if you did it. I didn't, but it's just what the charts showed. So thank you.